Welcome to Lepes News. For today's news, we're going to talk about the definition of scientific socialism. So what is scientific socialism? Socialism is associated to Karl Marx. It's based upon historical forces, driven usually by violent means, for the achievement of socialist goals. Now let's go with you, Coco.
Thank you, Lepe. Now talking about scientific socialism, there are pros and cons. Talking about pros, workers are no longer exploited, profits are equally distributed between all workers, poverty is eliminated, everyone has the same access to health and education, and natural resources are preserved. Ideas of Karl Marx have never been more relevant than they are today. A reference, we went to the website In Defense of Marxism, and you can find all the information right there. We're going with you, Isabel.
Thank you, Coco. Now talking about disadvantages. Disadvantage of socialism is that it relies on the nature of people to work together. Another disadvantage is that the government may abuse its position and claim power for itself. Going with our well-used scientific socialism. With you, Diana.
Socialism is a human invention. It represents a human desire to take control of the social progress. Many socialists call themselves progressives. This is called scientific socialism. It means that for the first time in the history of humankind, people take a systematic critical view of the existing political order. Socialists take a lot of pride and satisfaction from forming and implementing policies that change the world. Marx said it best. The philosophers have only interpreted the world in various ways. The point is to change it. Today, very few socialists advocate for nationalization of the means of production, as was done in the Soviet Union and many other countries. Gibson Graham said, once it was the vision of socialism or communism and the experiments of the Soviets in the Eastern Bloc and the communes in the East Asia, paraphrasing Engels. Therefore, it is possible to argue that the concept of socialism has been evolving from its utopian stage, its equation with centralized planning, to the stage of the modern economic theory of producer cooperatives.
There are some mixed feelings against the scientific socialism, as it should be. It is difficult to find a good example of a country that is completely socialist. There are some examples of countries, but they aren't completely socialist, like China and Denmark. One major factor of socialism is that the state will take control of every large company. This has caused some negative views, with the argument that there wouldn't be any innovation. Even if there wouldn't be any incentive to grow your company, because it will be taken by the government. There are some good stuff from socialism. One is free healthcare, which is a consequence of the importance socialism gives to social welfare. Socialist governments, they will give more importance to small businesses.
So talking about socialism, these are the 6 most important socialist countries in the world. China, even though it's more leaned towards communism, is considered socialist. Denmark, which is now the country with the most important value. Finland and Netherlands, both are known for being well-organized countries. Canada, which has the biggest free market economy. Sweden. That's all for today's segment.